Welcome back to Avfc Daily News and welcome to Up the Villa podcast. If you're new around here, subscribe, drop a like on this video and get involved in the comment section down below. Yesterday, what a day. We had 3 episodes out yesterday. Absolutely mental stuff. We had the Moussa Diaby bid apparently going in. We had Pau Torres signing and yeah, it was just an absolute mad one on the channel. So thanks everybody that enjoyed all of the content yesterday. My favourite piece of content yesterday was this stick it on your mantelpiece. What a photo. Pau Torres, Unai Emery, our first sighting of Monchi as well. Just a great photo. Like it just oozes like we mean business, and I absolutely love it. What a photo that is. So yeah, I loved seeing all of like the Pau Torres content yesterday. It was quality, to be fair. So great content. Great to see. It looks like he's settling in. So fantastic stuff, and you know what a signing coming in. But we've got some other news. We've got big news, and we know that Villa are going big in this window. Their transfer targets are unbelievable. You know, some of the players that we have been linked with, you cannot fault the club's ambition. And I know that a lot of people, Unai Emery and his team and Monchi, are working so hard to get, you know, some of these deals over the line. And the big one that was coming out yesterday, and it just won't go away. And it first started in January when we were linked with Joao Felix, and then he moved to Chelsea. But Villa are backing for Joao Felix. So it's absolutely mental because he's an unbelievable player. You know, and when you think of players that could potentially come in at Aston Villa, you know, the calibre of Joao Felix in behind an Ollie Watkins, in front of a Dougie and a Kamara, it's just silky. It's just elite. It's just, you know, I think now we all know that we've got a good team. Everybody knows we've got a good team. We've got a good squad, but it's now fine tuning and bringing in the players that can take us to that next step, that next level, that next going into a game against a Chelsea, an Arsenal, a City, a United, knowing that we can fully pack a punch and know that we are looking for that Europa League / Champions League spot. Champions League looks like it's going to filter down to 5th place next season as well. If England get their sort of ranking to the correct level, it will mean that next season the top 5 get Champions League. So that little carrot will be dangled in front of Villa's objective this season. And yeah, talk of Champions League, you know, is a little bit too much maybe for some people, but that's the ambition, that's the aim, that's where the club want to be fighting for. So I think with these top players that are going to be coming in, hopefully, then we can achieve the objective and climb the table. Like, nobody wants Aston Villa now to sort of stand still. So the ambition has got to be to keep evolving and keep getting better and having high ambition and expectations, because if you do, then you're open to be able to achieve those dreams. So I think aim for the highest we possibly can, and we can achieve anything under this manager. So Joao Felix, where are the links coming from? So we've got 3 links for Joao Felix. We've got Joao Felix has received an offer from Aston Villa. That's come from Marsa. Joao Felix interest Aston Villa alone with a down payment for the assignment and a pre-arranged purchase option is not unlikely. That's coming from Bruno and RD. And then we've also got Joao Felix only has offer that is from Aston Villa, and that is coming from Medina Marsa. So a lot of noise yesterday around Joao Felix coming to Aston Villa. Joao Felix is currently surplus to requirements at Atletico Madrid. He's now training with the kids at Atletico Madrid, so it's not a great place for him. a move is definitely going to happen in this window, and Aston Villa currently are the only club that are linked with a move for Joao Felix. Obviously, the press, obviously, the top six bias will taint Joao Felix's name with failure, with he flopped, he's not that great, because that just fits the narrative of Sky Sports and journalists in and around that top six. When a club like Aston Villa comes sniffing for a player like Joao Felix, of course they're not going to report on it. Of course they're not going to think it's an amazing deal just because of their narrative of who Villa are or who clubs like Villa are trying to get in the mix with the top six. So just take no notice of all of that because it's just an absolute joke. He was absolutely brilliant from what I saw. You know, the eye test is the most important one for me, and then you can filter down to stats and whatever. But his touch was fantastic, his movement was fantastic, his turn of speed was fantastic, his vision was amazing. In a poor Chelsea side that just couldn't get its act together one bit, so he would be an impeccable signing at Aston Villa, absolutely impeccable. But you know, at Chelsea, he had what were his stats at Chelsea then? So I think he scored 4 goals. So he scored 4 goals in 11 starts, made 16 appearances. I mean, he was fantastic on that first game. Then he got sent off, didn't he? He was brilliant in that game. But yeah, his stats are okay. Accuracy, 81%. You know, but I think it's hard to look at that time at Chelsea because they were just in an absolute mess. But if we go back maybe a year or two in La Liga, so in 2021-22, he scored 8 goals. He'd got 4 assists and he was just tearing up La Liga. So he would be an unbelievable signing if he could possibly come to Aston Villa. So those are the links. Those are where the Joao Felix noise is coming from, Villa fans. We also have some other news. Yesterday, again, Federico Chiesa popped up. The link to Chiesa came back again. First time around, we was hearing that Aston Villa came in for Chiesa, and Chiesa wasn't interested one bit. Early on in the week, we heard rumours that Chiesa's agent was in England for talks with a Premier League club. So if he's not interested, he's then in talks with a Premier League club. Aston Villa are the only Premier League club that have been linked with Chiesa. Let's just put 2 and 2 together and think possibly it's Aston Villa and Monchi. And then yesterday, it came out from Sports Witness, who have been pretty reliable in this window. And they're now saying that Federico Chiesa, 60 million asking price, does not scare Aston Villa. Agent trying to make deal happen with ambitious villains. So I'm not too sure how I read this, but this is how I perceive it. Agent trying to make deal happen with ambitious villains. Is that Chiesa's agent? Or have they misinterpreted it as sort of like Monchi at Villa is trying to make the deal happen? I'm not too sure how to read that one. Emery will need to be really convincing. So again, yesterday, this one has got more legs again, and this one's come back and it's sort of doing the rounds. So from somebody who wasn't interested to now the rumours come back round again. I don't know. I think there might be something in this. And when you've got a club that's prepared to pay 60 million, then we know what happens when you put money on that table. So this one's an interesting one to keep an eye on as well. Again, really like it. I mean, Joao Felix, Chiesa, Moussa Diaby, Yuri Tielemans, Pau Torres. Don't tell me this club doesn't lack ambition, because those targets are absolutely elite. And if we got them, then we would be absolutely going in one direction. So a lot of noise and news coming in and around Villa. The links are still there. The talk is still there. The targets are still there. Let's bide our time. Let's chill, let's relax, let's Unai, Monchi do their stuff, and I have no doubt that the top targets will be coming in this window because there's money there. We're really ambitious. We've got a great manager, and I just can't wait to see where we go next season as well. So that's a little bit of an update. Joao Felix, Chiesa, Moussa Diaby. There's all that talk at the minute, so it's one to keep an eye on. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for the support, and up the Villa.